Hello, how the devil are you? I hope you're all well, or as well as you can be in this current time. And to be fair, if it's a video that's not opening with that message or an email with that in the first line, is it really real? It's been crazy, and 2020 has been an absolute mindfuck. And I think it will continue to be for the rest of the year. So if you're struggling with anything and you need someone outside of your normal circle of friends or family to kind of mentally explode and have a meltdown with, my DMs are always open. Probably not on YouTube because that's very difficult to do and have a conversation with that's not public. But you can find me on other links down below if you have no one to turn to. I'm not qualified, but sometimes just having someone outside of your circle can be really helpful for your mental well-being. Talking of mental well-being, this gaming channel is trying to continue on as normal, as if nothing has happened, so it can give you an oasis. But I've changed quite a few things about how I'm going to be doing certain content going forward. You'll have noticed over the last few months, all of my reviews now have like lines and then a couple of keywords about the specific game, so that you know whether or not you want to click on it or not before you go through. That's mainly because YouTube doesn't know what to do with my channel, because it's not, it's a bit generalist, and it doesn't know what to do with generalist material. And I'm not like hyper excitable, so I'm not like, come and follow me all day long, so that it gets the views in that way. So that's to try and help you kind of navigate what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. Similarly, alongside that, I've now just built out platform-based review playlists. So there's a PS4, Xbox One, PC, Nintendo Switch, Vita, Mega Drive playlist currently up and running. Coffee Crisis released on Mega Drive. And there'll be more and more retro platforms as I go back through my catalogue. My review structure changed in the middle of 2018, and I've gone through all the way back to when that happened, adding videos into these playlists, but I've left everything that's older than that outside. And the reason for that is that I used to just record the game and ramble over the top of it, but it was a bit incoherent and really long form, and that's not really helpful when you're trying to make a really informed and conscientious decision on what you want to buy. So what I'm going to be doing, because I'm pressed for time as I'm key working in the UK 7 days a week mostly, and for extended hours, so I'm absolutely knackered and my time is really limited. And that means that I can't really take on too many new game reviews at the moment, because I don't feel like I can devote the time and have the review out like quickly enough, unless it's a short and sharp game. What I'm going to be doing is going back through a lot of my older games that I know really well, love, can capture gameplay on really, really quickly. And I'm going to re-edit / redo all of those old reviews and then drop them into these new playlists, because the old game review playlist I've basically retired. This will keep the channel going. It will help you maybe discover some hidden gems that you may not have noticed beforehand because you looked at a review and went, 20 minutes, naff off. But it also means that I can kind of give some love to some of my favourite games and capture its gameplay. That then really helps for the next piece of update for this channel that's going to be happening as well. I, for years, have been following PlayStation Access, but other channels do this all the time as well, but I just really like the way how they do it. And on Friday, they do something called a Friday feature, where one of the people on the team, Rob, plays the same like 25, 30 games over and over again and manages to make yet another list that makes no sense out of it whatsoever. His repertoire is very limited, although that's part of the joke, is that he never plays anything really new anyway. But what I wanted to do was to go back and capture loads and loads of gameplay footage of games that I know and love, store it on external hard drive, and then I've basically got like an ever-building collection of footage that I can then start building out lists from. So I could do the top 10 Parappa songs in the Parappa universe. I don't know, 7 times you killed an end boss when you didn't need to, 7 times or 10 times the narrative flipped to make you the villain. But I'm not constrained to a certain platform. I'm just constrained to the absolutely massive game collection that I've got. And over time, I can start to really make those lists quite expansive and interesting. So that will be content that will be coming to this channel in the coming few weeks, hopefully. Not immediately, but in a few weeks. So that's me. Due to the limited time that I've had, I've not been able to be updating the website, higherplayinggames.com, for a while. If I do get the chance, I will be kind of batch processing written reviews, but this is all circular. So whatever I make in terms of new updated reviews will then get a written review on Higher Playing Games. And the idea is to then build it up so that that website becomes a really, really decent resource for you all to go and play with. As always, YouTube ad revenue has been horrific this year. We're now on month 5 and I've had one payment through, which is quite poor and probably the worst year I've had since maybe 2016, something like that. So bit of a shame, kind of expected as the world is in a bit of lockdown at the moment. But to those of you who are still supporting me on Patreon, thank you so much. If anyone did want to consider doing this in the future, then absolutely my thanks and heart goes out to you all. I'm not struggling financially as I'm still in a full-time job, and I appreciate those other people are at the moment. So please look after yourselves first before you look after anyone else. And just make sure that you get to disconnect your brain a little bit and go away and do something that kind of works for you. It's why I've started doing some series around kind of relaxation and just kind of brain disconnect, unwind with the painting in VR. I'm terrible at it, which could be some perverse humour in there somewhere. And the Absi Meditation Zones playlist has been doing quite well recently as well. My recommendation is to just kind of unplug, unwind, disconnect, and hopefully that will help give you a bit more resilience and resistance to all the shit that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So please do look after yourselves. I'm always about if someone needs to send a message for a chat, no questions asked. Take care all. Bye.